Okay. So we did this. Where is this thing?
So we are not seeing your screen.
And yes, I stopped it temporarily. I was checking something. Okay. So I'll share my screen back with you guys in just a few minutes. Okay, I'm sharing my screen back. Okay, who is coming now? Banjo, your entire screen. Oops, I mistakenly did something. So can you see my screen? Guys, can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. So quickly for the recap. So where is this? Where is this? Where is this? Sharing my screen like that and like this. I don't know why it's not automatically doing that for me, but we could. So we started from this modules, right? Before we had this. So I'm just going to comment everything here and go down here, give it the spacing. So we started here. We declared our names. We declare our name in this module, right? This is what we did. Our name module, we declared const John equals to John Lorem, Mary is equals to Mary ipsum, and then we declared here in our proper our function that would greet our two users, right? Would John and Lorem. I mean John and Mary, right? That's what we did. And then we want to reference both of them here, right, in our app.js. So we went ahead and what import them. And I told you to import, we did a require, right? We have to do a const name equal to require just very quickly like that. So we did require is from what according to dot forward slash names, just like that. And we did our const but greeting. Const what greet is equal to what require, meaning imports dot forward slash proper, right? Proper. We got everything, and then in order to reference it, they will see we are calling our function in these grids. Notice our grids now contains the properties of our proper, right? It contains the properties of this function, so we can call this function using it. So we are calling it grids like that. Then we want to call our names. This name. So these names here contains, you have access to what these names here. Since we've exported them, we are destructuring everything here. Okay. Then we will say names dot Mary, just like that. And we'll get our Mary. So if I go ahead and do my node mon app node.js. Run it. You can see here we have hello dear Mary Ipsum, right? So I want to do something. Let me zoom in. Let me zoom in. Maybe you don't like how I'm using. Maybe if you don't like using this in it, using names dot Mary or names dot whatever. Then what you will do is this. You are going to do this const, and you are going to destructure those names you are getting, right? Mary and who? John. You destructure everything here, and you will do your equal to require like that, and then dot forward slash names, just like that. So if I comment this and do Mary like this, see we are getting Mary Ipsum. Or if I do John like that, so I'm using capital J instead of small j, so I change it to small j. So you can see hello dear John, right? Hello dear John Lauren. So I forgot to mention that earlier for those that are joining us for the first time. So that's how we are doing this. Please, who has their mic on? Turn off your whose mic is on? Please turn off your mic. Thank you. So I forgot to mention that earlier. So if it's either you are destructuring it or you're using it this way. If you're using it, you're calling using the names, you're giving it a very good, then you use it as a names dot John names dot whatever. Like this names dot John. Like that. So if I run this names dot John, you see I'm getting an error. It's telling me that names is not defined. Okay. But then if I do this and do this, I save and run, so you can see my app is back online. Hello dear John Lauren. So it's two ways. Either you destructure it or you go ahead and run it just like that. Okay. Then we explain what next, how you start your server. That was what we explained. Second, and we used Express and started our server using only Express, and then we used only HTTP to start our server, right? I'm going to go ahead and uncomment this just like that. So when we used Express, all we did was this, right? So I think I'm just going to close everything quickly. So for the sake of just recap, since we're not doing everything from scratch, just explanation, just recap. So what we did, I'll clear everything. Okay, I'll clear everything. So we use Express and we did a const what Express, right? That's my Express. Yes. That is equal to what require. Not require. Right, just like that. And how much X, not Expo, Express. Just like that. And then we did what? We created our port. Some developers, you might see on their code, they would make their port like this in caps. Okay, they make it in caps, so it's your choice. You can make it in caps or whatever. For some developers, you might say they would make their ports and caps. So what am I doing? This is not 3001, so I'm using 3001. Okay. So some developers, you might see a cool someone, you see their port in caps, all caps like that. Then we initialized our Express using const app is also what Express. express, right? Like that. We do this, and we did our app dot listing, right? And then we have our after port like that before I make an error. Then we call this back. And I'm doing my log like that. Then we use our what back tick. Back tick. Server is running on
Please,
you something. Hello.
uh, hello, hello,
Yes, I
sir.
can hear you. Yes, I can hear
Please,
you.
can you please zoom in, sir? A little bit. Yeah, thank you.
Can I?
I said, can you please zoom in a little bit, sir?
Okay, yeah, I'm sorry. I usually forget to zoom. I'm sorry.
All right, thank you, sir.
Uh-huh.
Thank you.
So that's it, right? Our server is running on ports like that, right? It's running. And yeah, back on our, you can see its server is running on 3000. Okay. And we did the same thing with HTTP quickly. Oh man, what did I press? Yeah. So, that's not meant to be here. And we did the same thing with this, and we said const HTTP. So don't forget, if you're using Express, you install Express first using like this command. Let me quickly do this. So you will, let me clear that terminal. So npm I express before you start using Express, or I HTTP, and you run it. If you run for either I or install like that, is the same thing. It's the same thing. The I still means install. Okay. So back to this. So we're getting the module is equal to what require like that, and then HTTP just like that. Then const host name, which we declared that we did that little whatever, it's not necessary. 127.0.0.1, right? Then okay, we declare our const ports. Let me just use my small letter ports. So it's not necessary whichever way you decide to name your ports. Some developers capital, some flavor. So I'll use my port 5000 if I wish. Then I'm going to say my const server is equal to what http dot create what server. Yeah. And then we do what? Request and response. We get a callback request and what response. Then this, do this very quickly. Did this, then I will say our rest dot status code. You don't have to put that status code, it's not compulsory. So let me even remove it. Rest, or put it for the sake of learning, man. For the sake of learning, I'm just going to put it status code. I'm going to remove it later on so that you see you don't actually have to put that status code there. It's completely up to you. Dot set our header. right? And we did our content dash type like that. And we see what we use a plain text, right? Use a plain text. And we ended everything. Wait. Oh, yay, let's see. Yay. Up and running just like that. Okay. Up and running. Then we are listening to our server. But listen just like that. Our ports, then our host name, and return it. Just it. And I'm logging this out. See, server is running on port. But since we are using our host name, I won't say running on port, right? So that will be weird. Right, we are using our host name. So host name, which we used, and this, wait, where is my sign? Like that, and just like that. So if I save this, okay, something is wrong. What is wrong? Okay. HTTP. Okay, yes. I made an error since from the beginning. So it's require not WQ, not W. Yes, I made an error since from the beginning. Need to scroll down back. So you can see it's running. So it's running on HTTP 127, and the ports, right? We are getting everything right. Okay, and we did go back here and we refresh this. It's the same port we are using as earlier. Okay, we are using port 5000 now, not 8080. You can see our port is 5000, not 8080. Earlier we used port 8080. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. And we are up. Right? Yay, I'm up and running. And then I say you can use your HTML, right? When I did this, when I use my template like that, I use my HTML. Okay, this time around, let me use my p tag. Because I told you can use any HTML element you wish. Right? Hello. It's still me. Right? And instead of plain text, we use our UT 7-8 encoding like that. Refresh it. You see, hello is still me, right? You can use it and everything will work just as you want. Then the last thing we want to do is our read file. Oh, I didn't even create this thing for that for our read file. Oh, it's okay. I thought I did. So that's it for running ports. So now we are going to do the what do you call this thing anyway? The reading of file. Let me create a file now so that I won't forget. So that I'll paste everything inside when I'm done. .gs dot. So that create for ports names and so a module for ports starting. Oh, let me say port set pub.js like that. Yeah, that'll be better. So I'm going to get everything here, cut it and put it here. So can close that. And this one, let me write the code here so that we won't have issue. So I say for our read file, we'll do a const. I'm writing it here first. So we'll do a const, then and then you can name it anything you want. Read file equal to what? Require. Hope I don't spell my require wrong this time around. Okay, dot forward slash. No, we're not using a forward slash. We're using file stream fs like that. Very important. On it's an inbuilt module. Okay, so then we say our read file. Read file, and notice we are trying to read from this text file here we created. That's what we want to do. We want to read its content. Okay, so I say I read file like that. No. This read file is simple, so it will conflict. Yes, let me add a different variable now. I'll get a conflict with this. Yeah, get a big conflict with that. Big error. So file read now like that. Dot read file. You see the reason why I say we have a conflict. This read file is an inbuilt variable. So be careful when giving variable names. If not, there'll be problem. So then I'm getting this what text, right? So I'm going to do the text.txt. And what you do, the reason I'm using a text.txt without any forward slash or whatever is because it's in the current directory I'm using. Assuming it's somewhere else, I'll have to do a forward slash dot forward slash, then maybe the name of the folder forward slash like that. But it's in the same directory. Okay. So I'm reading my file. Then I'll do this. I'm going to create a file. That's I'm gonna do an error. And then my data. That's the data from the file. Let me not make this mistake twice. All right. Include it the other time. So like that. Then I'm going to log out what the result, my data. Just like that. So we should see changes down here. Okay, my app is crashing again. What did I do this time? Yes, so was its name? Callback must be off. Okay, so the error is from my callback function again. What did I do this time? I'm declaring this. Oh, this is the error. Yep, that's it. I'm not supposed to close that there. Okay, so I think, yep. So you see something happen. We're getting this buffer instead of the file, right? Instead of the content of the file, we are not getting the content of the file. And there's a reason behind it. You know, the other time when I wrote the code, I used the encoding. But this time around, I did not put the encoding there, the UTF-8 encoding. So that's why I'm getting buffer instead, all this random code. So if I add my UTF-8 encoding, just like that, and save it, so you can see now I'm getting the content. This is a boring class, but we are managing. Okay, so that's the recap quickly for all we did today. I'm just going to get everything here, copy it, and paste it. Okay, just like that. Uh-huh. So we have everything up and running. Okay, so that's all for today's class. I'm going to push everything here on GitHub. I'll send you the repo so that you can get access to it. Okay, so that's all for today. Thank you all for coming. Thank you for your time. I hope you learned something. So does anyone have question?
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you too. So that's all for today. And before I forget, did you take your attendance? Did everyone take their attendance? I almost forgot. Did
Yes.
everyone take their attendance?
Sorry, sir. Sir, please, can you come again with the this thing with the init from the starting that you said npn init slash y.
So that's why that is, if you want to create a package.json file, right? I
Yes.
already have my package.json file. So this is the command. Let me zoom in. Npm init dash y. So once you do this and hit enter, right? So to create a node, a package lock.json for you, right? So to do that for you. That's how you create the package log.json. Yes, means to just automatically create everything. I hope you get it.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you. So control. So I'm just going to push this for you guys right now. Yes. Let me go to my GitHub. I'm already working on something there before, so I don't want to share. Your repo. You guys can leave. I will send the link to you once I'm done. Thank you for coming.
Sir, please, when will you able to send the video, the recorded class?
Yes, once I'm done now, I'll get you the video. Okay? I'll get you the video once I'm done now.
Thank you.
I think I did not stop my server. Let's see. Yeah, all right. All right, so everything is live on GitHub. You can go there and get the files as you wish. So I'll share it to the group right now. Oh, there are messages there so that I need to get to there. All right. So that is the link. You can get it on the group. So that's all for today, guys. Thank you for coming. Have a blessed and fantastic night.